going. 45.
Yo, it's the Now We Go podcast. This is Big Uncle Zach Maslany coming to you live from the Terror Dome with my boy J.M. Holland.
What up?
And my other boy, Mike Fauerbach.
What's up, man? Thank you. That was a beautiful
Crush
intro.
the intro, dude.
Yeah.
Your
Sorry,
intros
dude.
are the best.
Fucking losing it, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I am kind of losing it, but it's good to be back here, see some human interaction. But I've been making some moves. I've been doing some things on the low. Grinding on the low, scheming on the low.
That gym shirt.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, just rolling out on the low. But yeah, how are you guys doing? It's Monday. It doesn't feel like Monday because there's no one on 22 again.
But last night I was like, I remember you said we only have 3 more of these until we're allowed to do stuff again. So I was like, oh, all right. Like I have a benchmark now. Other than that, there's no fucking benchmark. If we didn't do this, I don't know. It would just all blend. That wasn't the weekend for me.
Do you guys remember Places?
No.
Stupid meme. But yeah, I really, I don't know. I mean, maybe they push it back. I'm prepared for them to push it back. I'm trying to just, now that I was watching the news like a maniac because things just started, and I was like, oh, maybe we're going back in 2 weeks. Maybe we're not. Maybe we're whatever. And then once they push it back a month or whatever till now, I like once Trump did it, and then now our weak ass government here in Pennsylvania did it too. I was like, now I'm off the news. I can't watch it anymore. I'm losing it. I'm like, I got to just stay off the news. I can't stand the people's faces. I just want to punch them, the governor and the other thing that's with him. I just want to,
Man.
yeah. I just want to punch them both in the face, dude. Is it a man or is it a woman? I don't know.
Fearless.
I was on YouTube last night, and underneath it has like the news section now. Like you can't really like get away from it. It has like music, and then underneath the music it had news. And then in the first article it was like, this is going to be the worst time ever, and this is not even halfway, and 3,000 people will die tomorrow in New York City. And then the next clip next to it said, things are starting to level out. It looks like things are getting better.
Where the body's at. That's all I gotta say.
I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Like, it's crazy how lopsided they are, and that if you watch one program, you're like, fuck, and then if you watch the other program, you're like, oh, all right. Like and that's why I don't read or do anything.
Dude, our Pennsylvania
We killed Osama bin Laden and threw him in the ocean, son.
The Pennsylvania government is so corrupt as shit, dude. Same with New York. Same with all of them. Dude.
Since this happened, I started looking into our local government officials.
Yeah.
The guy our 2 senators have been in office for forever. Like the one, Pat Toomey, and the other one's like
forever.
There's a Democrat one and a Republican one. So that tells you how retarded our state is to have 2 separate. Why would you split it? You know what I mean? And then there's all the representatives. You should know all those people. We should know, because now look at when shit's going down. It really doesn't have anything to do with Trump. It has everything to do with
the local officials.
Your state. So we have a Democrat running Pennsylvania, and he's thinking Democrat things like you gotta wear your mask everywhere. It's pussy shit. It's not. I'm not wearing a mask in public. Like, I don't know. Some people they're wearing a mask in public, but I don't feel the need to. Like, I'm not compelled to wear a mask in public.
That's what I'm saying. I can't watch those guys anymore. And for that, I don't know what the name of the guy is that comes up after Wolf with the long hair or whatever, and just wash your hands.
That's a doctor.
And they're doctors. You know what I mean? Yeah. Dude, you know what? And then no disrespect to doctors. I know they're doing, they're going to have to save my life one day and everything. But I've never listened to the doc. I've never had anything, crazy. Well,
doctors are always going to tell you.
Right. They have to. Doctors always tell you the worst case scenario.
You're never going to walk again.
I know your mom's a nurse. When growing up, my mom was a nurse, and it was always like, I remember specifically we were in the kitchen, and I was probably like 18, 19, and I'm like, man, my foot hurts, and my mom's like, you more than likely have the gout. My dad's just like, what are you talking about? But it was because of medical knowledge. They're always connecting the worst case scenario to what it's going. But that's always been my mom.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. I don't know. I just hate I can't stand those guys. And then the how about the used to be mayor? Was it the mayor of Allentown, Pulowski or whatever? He's in jail, right?
Oh, put Ed
He's got
back
corona.
there. Put
Yeah.
Ed back there.
He's got Rona, dude.
Didn't they? He's trying to get out because he's scared of the coronavirus or whatever. What's he in jail for again? This is Allentown, 10 Planet. Shout out to 10 Planet Allentown, former mayor of 10 Planet Allentown. What's the deal with that? He went to jail for.
taking money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bribes.
Somebody was explaining it to me.
The guys who gave the money get the contracts. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how it's pay to play.
Come on,
I'm shocked. I'm fucking shocked, dude.
not Allentown.
Yeah.
and they're like,
I mean, dude, here too.
they're but they're building. Like they're pushing all the homeless people and like the disenfranchised people that used to hang out downtown when I worked there, like in that area. They're doing what they're doing in California. But what's crazy is Allentown's broke, but they're doing all that crazy stuff. And you go over there, there's no one there.
Yeah.
There's no one there.
When someone was explaining to me a little bit more on like how Ed was doing all that, and it goes on everywhere, they basically said that like everybody made their money and was like, peace, and then just left Allentown to deal with that shit, and that's why Allentown's not like Easton at all. I feel like any of the places that I've watched grow, Easton seems to be doing it correctly.
Yeah. No, Easton's
I mean,
doing
they're
great,
probably
dude.
shady as fuck too, but they're
Yeah.
doing it
I
slow.
had a great. I lived in Easton. I lived right in the circle for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
I
Yeah.
like it over there.
I ate
like
best food in the
dinner,
area.
yeah.
I ate out every day for a
Yeah.
year.
Why wouldn't you there?
Yeah.
Cool bars, good restaurants, nifty little shops, you know what I mean? Crafty, artsy.
Trinkets.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they got a
Yeah, Easton's the shit. Just no parking.
market.
No parking.
They got that market there, the Easton Market.
Yeah.
They got
The
a bunch
indoor
of
and
cool stuff,
outdoor
yeah.
one.
Dope.
I feel
Easton.
like Allentown tried to do that, but they didn't at all. They were
Yeah.
like, let's just put a fucking stadium in the middle of this fucking place and it'll work.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Allentown sucks though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that's
I
the
don't
thing.
know. When has Allentown not sucked?
Yeah, people,
Never.
Yeah.
Never in life. I mean, it's always been cool. Like you gotta just.
There's parts of Allentown.
Yeah.
There's some. I'll tell you what. Like when I was doing
Artsy-fartsy.
construction, man.
Yeah, they're ballers.
There are some huge gangster ass places and areas in Allentown you don't even think about. Plus, where 10 Planet Allentown is right off Cedar Crest, there's a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Over there, there's Dorney Park. You got your Keystone Can of Remedies Allentown location. You got your. That's pretty much it.
When's the last time you were at Dorney Park?
Years ago, I might have went with my wife years ago, and
Did you go to the Halloween one?
No, I've never been to that, but I kind
That's
of want to
fun.
go though.
It's
I
the
kinda
best
wanna
time
go.
to go. It's dark out,
Yeah.
and there's not a lot of people that go.
A lot of people come up here from New York to go to Dorney Park too. So, and then like when I was younger, it was
also
really
to
cool.
sell drugs.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. You know what's funny, dude? How about that?
Sell the drugs.
Yeah, here's a
Out
good
of
story.
town things.
When I lived in Hellertown, I was going back to college and I was writing a paper for a criminal because I got a degree in criminal justice, but I was writing a paper on. You have to write, like an argumentative paper almost on local, a crime thing or some like criminal activity or something that might be going on in or illegal activity that might be going on in your area. And I lived in Hellertown and it was that Waffle House right there.
Ooh.
And every time I go down to that Waffle
Is
House.
that still there?
Yeah, it's still there. I'd
Yeah.
see fights and all types of stuff, but then I would also see, just tinted out 7 Series Beamers just idling in the parking lot. You know what I mean? I'm like, I wonder why do all these really expensive cars with New York license plates, hang out at the Waffle House at 2 a.m. I'm not sure. So I wrote a paper on that, and the guy was like, do you know anything about, like the guy in the class was like, do you know anything about this? Like it was like a short thing.
Yeah.
But I just sold those guys out. Sorry, drug dealers from New York. I mean, but come on, if you didn't know they were hanging out at the Waffle House, you're a terrible policeman. Come on.
78 straight
Yeah,
shot.
come on. Like anyone can figure that. No, it's someone with a. I would just, if I was the cops, I would just hang out there.
It's interesting to me that like the guy, like I don't know, people get mad when you say this kind of shit, but like the guy that's running New York wants to be president, right? Like there was like rumblings of him running for president, the guy from New York, Cuomo
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah,
It's because they're scrambling to get someone
And
besides
then he
Joe
has
Biden.
yeah, and then he has the most Rona, right? Like the cities have the most Rona. Like if you're in the cities, the Democrat-run areas, that's where all the Rona's at. And like there's pictures that I'm seeing on like the red pill Instagrams of like they're using, like supposedly the ships are like for like trafficking victims instead of like corona victims, and then there's like they're using mannequins in pictures. Do you see this shit at all?
No,
You didn't see any of
no.
this
Start
shit?
sending it my way.
I don't believe
I
the
gotta
victims
send it
on
to
the
you.
boats.
Yeah.
I definitely do not believe that one. I'm definitely off on that. But I do believe though that they're putting out fake pictures and stuff though, because that's true.
Well, the news
I don't
had
even
to
know what someone.
retract it.
I don't even know what someone with corona looks like.
They were using the footage from Italy.
They look like they have the flu. You know what I mean?
But they're dying. But people are dying.
Some people are dying. Older people are dying. You know, mostly.
Yeah, but
guys
you
know
can
any-
die
do you
from
guys-
complications of the flu.
Do you guys know anyone with Rona?
No.
Still not?
They said 2 people have it at my mom's work. My brother said that one person has it at his work, but I don't know anyone directly. It's
Yeah.
always somebody.
People die of the flu, man. A lot of people do. People don't realize that.
Even all my conspiracy bullshit, even when I'm talking to people though outside, I still keep. You know what I mean? People want you to
Distance?
keep that. Yeah, they don't want you getting close to them.
Well, I also don't.
miss hugs.
Yeah, I also
I'm a
don't want to
hugger.
get the. I also don't want to get the flu again. I
Yeah.
already had it this year. It sucked. Like I was out for a while, and it was like I feel like I said, I felt like I had the coronavirus. I don't know, or had something similar
had
to
it. I
it for
killed it.
sure. You know.
my body killed it because it's strong.
Yeah, how about when we were at ADCC, we were in California, a really big tournament, and, there's people from all over the world at this thing, and a lot of the guys came in
Oh,
sick.
I got sick. Oh, I
A
got
lot of
real
guys
sick.
came in to the tournament sick with pink eye and all types of shit. Like the whole Henzo squad was all, with it's pink eye, but what's the name? There's like a name for it. Like, I don't know, whatever. We call it pink eye, but there's like an actual name for that. But anyways, those guys came in, everybody was sick. There was one warm up area. So, you're warming up to get a sweat going. You get sweat on the mat. They're not cleaning the mat. People are laying, sleeping on the mats. Everybody's rolling. You know what I mean? And, people with pink eye, Thor went against Craig Jones, who had pink eye.
Conjunctivitis?
Yeah, conjunctivitis. Thor went against Craig Jones, who had pink eye. But Thor's immune system must be so much of a beast that pink eye, like, just bounced off of him. It, like, went to him and was like, nah, somebody else. Skip me. You know
ever
what I
get
mean?
pink eye?
Go to someone else. I might have had it when I was a kid.
I never had it.
I don't, it's just there were guys like JT Torres and other dudes who got it and their eyes were like fucking closed and like someone said they lost. So like, all types of sicknesses were going on out there when we were there. And then Chipotle catered the thing, right? They got the thing catered by Chipotle for all the fighters and coaches and stuff. And it was just tables full of food, like a huge trough full of cheese, like a 5-gallon drum of meat, and everybody's just, sweating, eating food, like putting the stuff on their plate. Like it was just
Cesspool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what he's trying to get to.
Yeah.
It was
But-
disgusting.
and
There's
then-
9,000
yeah.
reasons. why
even the
you're gonna
night,
get sick.
even the night before, we're in the steam room and the hot tub with, people from Finland and like, Australia and all over the place. So like, it's different, it's like, people are, if you're carrying any type of weird shit, it definitely got mixed in. The last night we were there, he got really sick. He didn't even go out to dinner with us, dude. That's unlike you.
I
Because
don't
we're
miss
like going
dinner,
out
dude.
for dinner.
I don't miss
And he was like, I remember I was pulling the covers back and he was just like laying there. I was like, you all right? He's like, I don't know what's wrong, dude. What the fuck?
Well,
You know what I
didn't
mean?
everybody get sick from Chipotle in general, the stores?
Well, I mean,
Chipotle makes my ass scream, dude. Fucking, it's like notorious amongst.
Well, it used to be for when we first. There was Jimmy John's. Remember the Jimmy John's?
I had number 9 with hots at Jimmy John's, dude. Those hot peppers.
The long hots.
Yeah,
I just got a couple of those from Wegmans.
I had
when
to
was
stop.
shopping.
I had to stop with the Jimmy.
I would
John's.
eat Jimmy John's like
Yeah,
all the
because you
time.
guys were right next door.
Yeah.
When I saw you there, that was the first time I ever had a Jimmy John's.
Oh, it was good,
You're like,
man.
what?
I live here all the time. No, Jimmy John's is solid, and then Chipotle is good, but my problem with Chipotle is like I go,
Let me look what they got shut down.
I get 5 steak tacos, and I just get hot sauce on all 5 of them, and it wasn't a good idea. If I get the burrito with the rice and beans, the rice and beans tends to settle that down for
Yeah.
me. Where my,
Ooh, now I'm hungry again.
I miss Chipotle about the corner. Are they still open?
I don't know. I did drive over in that area.
Some of them are shutting down, it's saying.
I went to the shop right over in that area just to mix it up, and there was a bunch of stuff shut down. I know the liquor store. How about the liquor store got shut down, and then people were losing their minds because if the liquor store is not open,
Well, they switched to online as of Monday, and it got broken.
Yeah,
I don't think people want. I think there's people that don't want us to go back to normal.
crash. No, there's definitely people. That's that's the thing.
It's gonna be a fight to go back to being able to walk into a store and touch it. You know
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I mean, and like
people are gonna. It's gonna definitely be. People are gonna turn this just like they do with everything that happens. They turn it into a thing. If you know what I'm talking about, it's gonna be like it's going to be their thing. Social distancing and all this shit is their thing. It's like, dude, all right. Some people are always going to wear masks. Some people are, you know what I mean? Like, it reminds me of that meme, Karen, with that's one of my favorite memes, the manager. That's the type of woman or guy, same version, guy version, that's going to be there like, no, we can't do that.
a social justice warrior,
We
yeah.
we can't give hugs. We can't, and it's going to be like memes going around like, give
Close the
elbows,
jiu-jitsu
not
school, you
hug.
can't be
Yeah,
touching.
there's no way. It's like, dude.
It's gonna be like the new.
it's like a guy with zero muscle tone telling everyone like, like you can't touch each other because your immune system won't handle it. It's like, no, your immune system won't handle it. You're like vegetarian or some shit.
That they try to bring
A lot of strong vegetarians.
yeah. They try to just, people just try to use whatever it is to their benefit somehow.
Renee's gonna come out with some cool thing to do for it.
What do you mean?
I'm making fun of Renee. Renee, what's up, Renee?
It'll be a meme. It'll be a meme that I'll just try to bury, and anyone who shares it, I'll unfollow. Yeah.
It'll be
And
like
then
the new vegan.
Yeah.
Well,
I heard
whatever,
I heard the
man.
first
It's anything.
homeless person got corona on Skid Row too. I heard that.
It's anything. Even dudes like guys who hunt and shit are like, that's dude. You know what I mean? Like everybody's got I do it too though with jiu-jitsu over other like martial arts probably and shit like that. Even though I like all of them, but man, I hate that though. I hate that, dude.
I left you knives.
I know. It is Monday. I'm fired up though, man. I don't know. I feel a lot better this Monday than I did the previous Monday. So I
Before
apologize
the last
for anything
episode,
I
like
said.
we found out we were closing for a month, like
Yeah.
5 minutes before we did that episode. I was super bummed out.
So I just want
Yeah.
to apologize to my fans and my family for anything I said prior to this moment and on the last podcast. But everything else, yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like shifted gears. I'm just working on some stuff. I don't know.
I've noticed, like I was saying before the show, it's like sticking in pockets of people who are still trying to run businesses. Like I talked to my buddy doing the ramen shop, and they're still doing takeout. He's looking for angles. He's trying to find different things. And it seems also to other people I'm talking to is that there's still people working. There's still people they're running businesses from home. Like my one buddy was like, hey, we're picking up new clients. And I'm like, I'm still selling T-shirts here and there. And, I'm still booking guests. And there's still, I'm still running my business. It's just not as much as I did before. But there's definitely a group coming, I think that's going to come out of nowhere in a week or two. That's going to be like, okay, we're fucking done with this shit. Like, we're running our businesses.
Yeah.
Like, this is enough.
Look at Sweden. Sweden is.
I saw that.
Yeah. They're not like. That's the thing. They're like scare everyone so everyone listens, and then everyone's way over. You know what I mean? They're way overhyping it. I feel like yeah, people are. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
How does like Shanghai and Beijing not have corona? Do they have corona in Beijing right now? Like, does all of China have corona?
I don't know.
Bruce Lee knows.
You don't know what China, right? No one knows
China.
what China.
You can't take
China.
whatever they say.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. Sweden's just like
These are Bruce Lee
old
glasses.
people better stay your ass home. If you got some weak ass immune system,
I saw.
Stay your ass
I
home.
went on a walk around town yesterday because there's actually less people in town than at Jacobsburg.
I'm calling the cops.
And nope, we're allowed to exercise.
yeah, dude, everyone's running everywhere. I'm driving my car. Everyone's
There's definitely
outside.
more traffic. I'm starting to notice the traffic's picking up. But I saw like 5 or 6 old people walking around talking to each other, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Like, if there's anyone who should be the fucking
Y'all
side,
are
it's
rolling
you.
the dice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they should be taking precautions anyways during flu season and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, dude, we're still doing stuff. I mean, I'm uploading videos. I'm just going through my phone, uploading random crap. Just to keep people interested. Like I got Andrew. We were talking about before we started. We got Andrew hitting all of our students up. He's updating people's addresses and stuff like that, selling gift certificates.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who, at the finisher school that, supporting the squad, like sending out care packages to people. I don't know. I
It's
just want to stay.
motivating.
Yeah,
It's motivating as another small business.
I just want to stay busy doing stuff because
Yeah.
I get, believe me, I'm relaxing. Like 2 nights in a row, I think me and my wife might have went to bed at like 6:30 or something.
Yeah.
And then I woke up at like 4 a.m. or whatever because times are all messed up and you're just like, all right, let's lay down. And then other days it'll be like 11 a.m. I'll be like, all right, I'm going to have a beer. And other days it'll be like, I'm up early doing a workout or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to like do things to try to not go nuts, because that last time before when they announced it was a month, and I know it's only like day 5 into this month or day 6.
April's gonna be fucking rough. I texted my friend last night. Last night was the first, like I started getting real on fucking edge and like just getting stir crazy, man. And my buddy's like, you need to get high. So last night I just got super fucking baked and watched Ozark.
Yeah,
I was up till 4 in the morning.
My wife
So
was
good.
like, she was like saying the same thing. She's like, it sucks to see people online fighting with each other.
Oh, yeah.
People that she knows,
Ain't no one
like
got
people are
shit to
just
do.
arguing. Yeah,
I
that's
saw
what
she
it is,
posted that. That was
Yeah.
awesome. She's like, fuck off.
It's like, everybody, please, like,
Just stop.
You know what I mean? So we're both kind of, been talking about it, and we're doing like the same thing. Like like I said, I can't keep looking at WFMZ. I just want to punch a hole through those.
Did you see the
assholes,
sign
yeah.
that said "Sorry, we're closed" on the Pennsylvania?
Yeah. I wonder who put that up.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Well,
Pennsylvania's the man.
I did see also that someone sent me a thing that they were, because in different chat groups I'm in, that because my wife was like, oh, I want to have a dirty martini, and I was like, oh, let's get some vodka.
I love dirty
but
martinis.
you can't, like you said, you can't get on the
No.
website
you can
anymore.
pop over to Jersey.
Yeah, so people got pulled over in Delaware. You see that? Like people are coming
Going to
from
Delaware? Yeah.
You could still go. We just haven't had a chance to get it. But if anybody out there, here's a tip for you: if you're looking to get liquor in Pennsylvania, you can't just look up your local distillery. They probably are selling liquor right now curbside, and they are. The Social Still.
Yeah.
They're selling bottles of vodka for $25. So
That's not bad.
Anybody needs your vodka out there? There you go. Local distillery. They sell food and stuff.
I haven't been drinking.
I cut back on
I don't
it.
feel like drinking's gonna do much.
I
for me
drank,
right now.
it fucks my mental up. I mean, it's different for everybody, but if I get like
Dude,
fucked
you
up,
feel like shit.
I'm
Fuck
down
drinking,
on
dude.
myself a lot.
Yeah.
And then when this first started, I had a bunch of booze in there for my birthday. And then like we hit it pretty hard because we were still we're still allowed to have a couple people over. Like no one really comes down here anymore. It's just pretty much you guys.
Dude, you're allowed to do whatever you want.
And like my buddy Tim was coming down. We were just playing video games and drinking. And we drank like 3 nights in a row. And I'm like, all right, I'm good on this. I'm like, I'm not fucking.
Yeah, drinking
I'm not.
is-
And then he's like, he goes, I think I'm gaining weight because he doesn't drink that much. And I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, you can fucking blow the fuck up drinking 3 days in a row.
People are coming in.
I just drank like 2 beers.
I've been working people out and like
Yeah.
people
Private
come
lessons.
in. People come in like a week or so, and they're just like, man, they can't even. They're just dying in like
Yeah.
15 minutes. They're like, oh my god, I'm so out of shape. I'm like,
I did up
I'm
my
not.
exercise.
This ain't even the warm up.
I did
Nah.
up my exercise. I'm trying.
Warm up.
I'm just trying to get into a routine of at least doing an hour of cardio or an hour exercise, and then when this is all over, I'm just hoping to continue.
You see Tony Ferguson? That guy don't have any fucking friends or people holding mitts for him or anything like that. He just throws shit around for an hour. He just
Yeah.
does backflips for an hour.
Yeah.
And that guy's one of the best in the world.
The Sugar Sean imitations
Yeah.
Oh,
are
that's so good.
hilarious.
He's
Yeah.
like smoking weed the whole time.
He hits a bong, then he follows a guy on the back of the thing,
Yeah.
and he's punching it like this. Then he does like a barrel roll and does a jump sidekick.
I mean,
or
Tony
whatever.
Ferguson does it for real, but yeah.
No. Dude, listen. Tony Ferguson is the truth, son. It's just
He's
funny
like
to
just
see.
grinding his elbow on metal poles and shit. I'm gonna get a speed bag up at the gym.
I saw you posted that.
Dang it,
If
dang
anyone
it.
on here has a line on a speed bag, like a speed bag, like
What's up with title?
one of these. Well, the title. Some of them are like out of stock. Some of them are like $300. Some of them are $800.
Hit up that marketplace.
And then some of them are like $80.
Facebook marketplace.
You know what I mean? I don't want to spend. I don't want to spend $800 on a speed bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's pretty. It's a lot of money on a bag, but on a rig. But if anyone's got a line on a speed bag, let me know. Holla at your boy.
Slide in the DMs.
But yeah, I'm gonna get that done. I don't know. I'm just been working people out, and then I'm scheming on. This is when I go crazy, and I'm like, I'm gonna start fighting MMA again. Like,
just
because
sitting
I'm just
around
sitting
too
around
long.
like, you know what, man? No, I'm coming back. I'll probably just, But I got kickboxing. I I got all new kickboxing gear coming on the way, so I'm excited. I'm excited for when the school back opens. I'm gonna kick people in the head.
I feel like you're going to have a big pop. Like how you guys were saying that you might lose a couple of people. There's going to be so many people that are stuck inside that are going to be like, I'm fucking doing what I wanted to do. I've been talking about doing kickboxing for fucking 2 years. And I think you're going to get a lot of people signing up.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, some people just have no choice. They lost their job. They're like, all right, I'm out for a month or two. But most people are going to be like, I think there's going to be like an influx of people coming in too. I think people are and I think, to be honest with you, a lot of our students thinks most of this is fake news anyway, so they're just like,
So I've trained them.
Yeah.
I've trained them to not act like a bunch of fucking civilians.
Yeah.
I've been dosing them with knowledge for years.
But
so that way when ISIS comes, they're ready.
We're ready to rock. You know what I mean? In case
no one's panicking. That's the main thing. Is like that's jiu-jitsu teaches you that. Teaches you when shit goes wrong that you're not supposed to panic. That you're supposed to just stay calm. You're gonna survive it, and then it's gonna be your turn to go on the offense. That's like jiu-jitsu in a nutshell, right? You're not the bigger, stronger guy. You're the weaker guy. The guy's kicking your ass. You're surviving the ass whooping because you're calm and you're stoic. And then when it's your turn, it's your turn. But
Science.
I don't think getting anxious and all freaking out and helps anyone. I don't know. It helps people get their jobs done. Like if I scare you into shutting the fuck up, then I can take your rights away or whatever like that. I can get laws signed and shit. It's all national emergency shit. Like they can do whatever they want right now.
How stupid, not to keep going back to this, but how stupid is that one thing that I filmed where the fucking guy from the Pennsylvania, this is what I'm talking about. This is how stupid the people are from Pennsylvania. First of all, the guy goes out and goes, everybody in Pennsylvania needs to wear masks. And then all the doctors and nurses start writing articles and calling like, yo, motherfucker, don't tell them. We need doctors. We need fucking masks and shit.
And then all they do is retract it and say, well, we didn't mean medical grade.
Yeah. And then you guys, but everybody, and then
people are wearing handkerchiefs.
Yeah. Now the dude's putting on a red, dude, literally the guy's putting on a red handkerchief around his thing. I saw people commenting like, yo, this motherfucker's gonna get me killed out here. Dude, so not only are they telling you it's scaring everybody with a national pandemic, they're allowing people to still sell alcohol, they're allowing gun stores to be open, they're telling people to wear masks. Literally masks, anything you could put around your face to cover your shit, and go to the store wearing a red handkerchief bandana. The weed store is open, and when you go to the weed store now, you pull up, a dude leans in your car and goes, what you want? And then you tell them, give them the money.
It's going back to how it used to be.
And it's cash only. So they're going backwards. You show up and you're like, yo, here's $60. The dude runs in, gets it, throws it in your car. It's like, peace. That's how they're doing it. I'm like, what? Dude, things are... If you really think about it, you're like, what is going on?
It's fucking weird. I had to go to Wegmans.
Pennsylvania, what?
I had to go to Wegmans food shopping.
Get it together,
It was
man.
the first time I was like, this is fucking crazy. Because Wegmans has their shit together. They have like yellow tape on the ground like it's fucking Dorney Park. Like stand behind the line, stand behind that. Everybody's wiping shit down.
Yeah, there's a cop in there.
Yeah, I actually knew the dude.
Behind the line. Get behind the line.
I was like, how crazy is this? And he goes, you don't even fucking know. He goes, somebody came in with a plastic bag over their head today.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I like that they are limiting people. Like there was toilet paper there and I could get it for my parents.
Yeah.
Because they're actually not leaving. My parents aren't leaving the house.
Yeah,
so,
mine either, yeah.
It was weird. They were wiping everything down, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, this is like out of a fucking movie. I'm like, what the fuck?
Weird, dude.
That's fucking bizarre.
It's open.
Wear a Jason mask. Go to the store,
I saw
dude.
that too.
Take some spray paint.
The mask thing is
I'm going to
crazy.
burn down some 5G towers out there. If anybody knows the locations of 5G towers, text me the coordinates. We're going to spray paint them shits and burn them down, dude.
I feel like if you do crime and you're wearing a mask, like you should be able to do like violence to people. Like if you're wearing a mask and you're like caught stealing, like you're gonna get your ass whooped 10 times harder because you're wearing a mask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like if you start some shit and you're wearing a mask, like I don't know.
You can't come, dude. It's just weird seeing people walk around with like one guy had the it looks like the skeleton face part. He had that on at the, it was like
God.
a biker dude.
And people are selling them now. It's
Yeah,
just such a joke.
It's just like
It's like, all right, well, we're gonna go along with it because we'll make money.
redneck
You know what I mean?
snowmobile guys.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Lowe out there with the fucking Oakley mask, dude.
Exactly. The other thing
Confederate
too.
flag skull.
Yes.
2-piece.
Yeah. Ooh.
The other thing,
but then see guys like me, I just like the 19, 20-year-old me was like, dude, I'm gonna go down to the store, and if anybody with a mask looks at me, dude, you know what I mean? Like I'm getting but that was like the old me. Now I'm just like, you know what, dude, I can't take it anymore. That's why
Or
I
I'll
gotta,
see like super unhealthy, like a super unhealthy people are always now like all of a sudden into not getting sick now. Like like I'll see like the worst out of shape.
I need to get through the coronavirus
that's what-
so I get back to the couch.
That's what Jocko Willink was saying. He's like
You didn't give a shit about your health at all.
Yeah, that's what Jocko Willink was saying. He was also saying that he's in hopes that more people will get their shit together after this, and he said it in different
Like, you
ways.
can't-
It'll be a month or two of
if-
people being together, and then they won't give a fuck.
If we go upstairs and outside and some fucking asshole with a gun starts shooting down Main Street, dude, we're not even. Some people ain't gonna make it to the block to make it around the corner, right? Like you're not gonna be able to sprint to the end of the block and make it around the corner.
Yeah, I used to know a guy that.
And you're worried about Corona.
Back in the day, I used to know a guy that used to be like, dude. They would be like, yeah, but what if the cops come? He's like, dude, I'm in shape, dude. I'm not worried at all. Like if the cops come when we were teenagers, like when we would always go drink bottles of Nikolai behind Home Depot, they'd be like, hey
Nikolai,
man, what
baby.
if the cops
You weren't
come?
in shape.
Boom, out
Those
of there.
cops were catching you.
No, not me. I never really had to run crazy amount of times from the police. Like a lot of times they pulled up and like flashed the light, and then
Yeah,
everybody
that's
just,
when we would run.
Everybody just took off, but
Yeah.
they never really chased you or anything like that. They weren't worried about it. Shit, back in the day, like if you were at a park, just like having a couple
Biggie
beers.
said that. He's like, Biggie would always talk about how he'd run from the cops.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm fat, but
in,
I'll still make it.
In New York, in
Yeah.
New York, you're always running from the police. Like I'm sure a lot of our guys know about just, whatever. Like in Northampton, Pennsylvania, I mean, there's one cop. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you don't know the dude or he doesn't know you guys.
Me and that, I always act like I'm some big criminal. I'm a pussy. But
What was that fight thing you posted on Lehigh Valley Live?
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
I want to take the time to trash them each episode. Fuck those guys
Well,
at
no.
Lehigh Valley Live.
They're another one. They're in cahoots with the Pennsylvania government, 100%. Cahoots.
Lehigh Valley Live sucks penis. But anyway, they yeah,
I just laughed because I'm
Clip
like,
that.
got a headline,
promo.
dude. Yeah.
It's another T-shirt too. Oh yeah, we released fake news
Fake news.
T-shirts. If you want to go on, that was Mike's idea. You know what I mean?
Me and George were out at like Soto's and Molly's and shit on South Side, and like we went. You know how like the hot dog guy used to hang out at the end, and this is the night I learned not to hang out at after last call.
Yeah.
I wasn't even drunk. Afterwards when they took us to the jail, or it wasn't even a jail. I just sat in an office. I blew like a .06, so I probably had like 2-3 beers. And but anyway, we were at a hot dog station area getting hot dogs
the
at
hot
2
dog
in the
guy.
morning.
You know how many fights that dude's an expert, dude.
Yeah. He
you know how
should
many
just have a
fights he's
camera
seen?
set up.
Right.
That guy's seen so many fights, dude.
There's the hot dog cart, and I'm in front of the cart, and George is to my right. And there's a guy coming from behind the cart, and that's a shorter dude, like Marine type dude. Like he was.
They're
like,
awesome.
Yeah. Of course. This guy and George got into a argument somehow, and like I don't know. Then he like said something to me or whatever.
Wait, George got in an argument with a guy? I don't.
Yeah, it was weird.
No,
I forget. This
can't.
was 6-8 years ago. But what happened was this guy decided to punch George in the face.
Oh, that's
So
a no-no.
I'm like, okay, that's like the guy just hauled off and punched George in
Yeah.
the face.
We've now crossed the line.
So now I'm just like, okay, I'm fighting this guy. And then, like, I don't know who hit who or who hit what. The guy, about 5 seconds later, the guy's unconscious on the pavement. And then I had flip-flops on, so they were off. And then by the time I made it back to the sidewalk, like, this is a middle of 4th Street. Like I hit the guy, I think, and then I don't know if George hit him too or whatever, but
It's so funny because back in the day, I would have wore flip-flops too. But nowadays, I would never wear flip-flops like that out. Like because of my back. Because I just stand on, because I'm
fine.
so old.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, my back.
I know. I need running
You know what I mean?
But
sneakers.
the guy hit George, and I literally hit him like an instant later. Like George was like in the middle of yelling to like the entire crowd about how whatever the argument was, as the guy was punching him in the face, like not seeing what's coming. And
Yeah.
I'm like watching the punch about to land in George's face. So like I'm seeing this punch like go in George's mouth, and I like as soon as the guy hits him, I'm already sending mine, and like I hit him, and then he faces me. and he puts his hands up, and then I just hit him again. I think George might. I don't know what George did. George got punched, and
It was a long time ago.
it was a long time ago. And then the cops showed up. I learned so much that night because the cops were like, "Who hit him?" Like right away they saw me. Like they didn't see what happened. I didn't know they didn't see what happened, and they like cuffed me and threw me in the car, and then they cuffed George, I guess, and then they took us back, and then they breathalyzed us, and I blew a .06, and then the guy that got knocked out, he didn't press charges because he started the fight.
Yeah.
So like he didn't press charges, so they just took us in for maybe just to give us a
Separate
Disorderly
everybody or
conduct or
something.
whatever.
yeah, something like that. You know what I mean?
Sleep it off.
It wasn't like a crazy.
You're in the slammer tonight, buddy.
But then, like a week later, some fucking article comes out because Lehigh Valley Lives, like, didn't even bother to like call any like me or George. They just, I don't know if the police report. They took it
they
off
get a hold of the
report
police reports
and just whatever that is. I'm like, bro, that's not even real. Like
That's
what
not
they,
what happened.
They
yeah.
said that me and George started the fight. Like me and George were out. Like they made us look like bullies. Like,
Yeah, that's why you can't believe what they say.
And then there, I was like, wow, like these people have no idea. They weren't there. They didn't know what fucking
and they
happened.
just
That's why I learned
run
about
it.
news right there.
Run it.
Yeah.
Run it. And it's just like, what are they? It's probably just younger kids in there writing shit, working on stuff. I mean, is there
emailed
actually any
college kids.
At the
reporters?
time, no, it's like it's a grown woman, like it's a female woman. Like I emailed whoever wrote it at the time, and she's like, and I said, hey, like that's not what happened. Like you need to take that down. Like I want that down. My name's on all over it. She's like, well, you'd be a lot better off asking nicely than just being all whatever. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but you'd be a lot better
take
off.
it the fuck down, dude. Like
Yeah.
fuck you.
Should have sued her. If we would have had that.
slander.
Dude, it don't even matter. You can Google, you know what I mean?
I know, but so we should just sue her anyways.
But the guy full on punched my friend in the face. Like, I don't care. I'll go to jail over that. I don't, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm going to fight you. If you punch my friend in the face, I'm going to fight you. It's a good way
yeah.
to get
So
it going.
what happened with the latest one?
Did she take it down, the lady, or was she just?
No, it's still up. You can Google it right now. It's up.
What was that one that you posted on Instagram though? Two guys.
That one.
That was
That
out
was
there.
It says two guys started to fight, even though the guy didn't press. If me and you started a fight with a guy, don't you think if we just went and beat up some asshole
Yeah.
or beat up some innocent guy, he'd be like, "Fuck you, I'm pressing charges."
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you just beat.
Why
me up.
would you not? You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't press charges because he punched my friend in the face because
That
he was
doesn't
drunk
make any sense.
and he got fucked up.
No, they suck. That's why I used to just trash them on a daily basis.
I just trashed him just now. I mean, dude, it's just whatever they can do to make you look bad or whatever. I mean, I don't know.
That we especially why we used to get mad is because they would never give you they would never like promote any of the good stuff, whether
No.
it's us or not.
No.
Like it's
Dude,
nothing.
I don't trust anyone with
The only thing
not
they
a little
promote
dirt
is
on
the
them.
Yeah.
people that pay to be in the Chamber of Commerce and fucking Lehigh Valley Style, and you got to pay fucking $500 to join their club.
Yeah, that's true.
then they'll give you some good press. Other than that, they don't fucking talk about anybody doing anything.
Yeah, nah, that's down with those guys.
Yeah.
The Finishers News Network is coming soon. We're working on getting a YouTube show together, so we'll do that.
Yes.
We have to do that. We'll do our own news. We've done everything Finishers tournament. Like I can't wait to get that back going. Yeah, I'm anxious. I am anxious to see who falls apart during this and doesn't make it through. You know, I hope everyone does, but I know there's always casualties of the business game.
No excuses.
Yeah.
Casualties.
Oh,
of the
my
dice
business
game.
went under because Corona. No, your business went under because you let it go under. Like
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Yeah, or you just weren't.
No
they just weren't
excuses.
prepared for it. You know, a lot of people. I
Right.
think that's what's going on right now.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of people just not prepared.
But still, like,
and they're like, oh shit, like
dude, we would have back when I worked at Tiger Schulman's, we'd have meetings all the time where like it was like 2008 around that time, and people would be like, "Oh, the economy's bad, so my school's doing terrible." It's like, no, your school's doing terrible because you're not.
Yeah.
You're
well,
not good.
I mean, look at shout out to Sensei V. I mean, dude, honestly, he's been probably in that look. Okay, so I started there, and I don't know who's been paying. I mean, he's been paying the rent on his teaching and training for many years. I started at that place when I was 14. I'm 36.
Been there 30 years.
Yeah. He's been in that same location. I mean, it is a dead location. You're driving in that shopping center, you come right up on Tiger
Yeah.
Schulman's or whatever. And Sensei V, he's lasted through fucking polio, H1, whatever. You know, not polio, but you know what I mean. The Civil War. He's been through everything out there. You know what I mean? And people always used to complain about that. Like, this school's not making him. But he'd always be, you know what I mean?
Yeah. As stupid as it sounds, I always tell myself silver linings. Like, I've been down here a lot, left with some thoughts in time where you're normally distracted. And, like, I'm already like, I want to get the fuck out of here. I don't like being underground anymore. I want to be in a bigger spot. And like, I'm already like, all right, maybe I should talk to my landlord. Maybe I should talk about putting a spot next to here. I called my buddy. I'm like, you want to do this sandwich shop? We've been talking about it for too long.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm in. And I'm like, I don't even think we need any backers. And he's like, no. He's like, I know how to do it. I'm running the ramen place. I'm like, what if we open up 2 of them? Then we open up a 3rd one. And we're just like having business conversation. And he said to me, he's like, you know who's going to come out of this is people with balls and people who are still running their business regardless of what's going on around them.
Well, that a lot of people would always tell us like, "Oh, that's not, you guys will never do that."
Bro,
but
can
a
you
lot
name
of
a sandwich? Can you name a sandwich after us?
Yeah.
Finisher sandwich.
Yeah.
I want like a ciabatta bread type deal.
We'll come up with one together.
Yeah, people always
That's all
think
I've been doing
like
is cooking
you
down
know,
here.
they bang on us. No, they'll like people have even said to us like, "We'll come up with an idea that's a killer idea, but we just haven't done it yet, or just taken a while." And the people even say to us like, "Oh yeah, I'm sure that's gonna whatever happened to the whatever you're talking about."
Yeah.
and we're
Hey,
just
man.
like, "Yo, dude, I'm working on shit. Give
Yeah.
me some time, man." And and
Well,
then when you
people
get
want
to
to make
work
sure
on it-
they're counting your. Oh,
yeah,
you gotta count it. You know what I mean? Like I don't gotta. Yeah, I mean we could do. We were thinking about I'm telling my girl and her mom all the time, like, yo, you guys should, because they're like baker. Hillary could bake, and her mom's like a black belt baker.
Ooh.
I'm like, you guys could. I'm like, you guys could run a bakery if you wanted, like, or at least if we did that coffee shop
Finisher's
idea,
coffee
Yeah.
we
shop.
could have them bring in their baked
that's what I'm
goods
saying.
just
That's
to
what.
sell.
Yeah, I want to.
But it's weird with food. That's when it gets weird, is because you can't make the shit at home you know what I mean? Like that's illegal.
We have to check into that because, like, if
Food is weird.
If Kat runs a coffee shop and then they bake for it, if you go into other coffee shops, they always have like a thing there.
Yeah, but you can't make that shit at home. You have to have like even look at Vegan Treats. Vegan Treats is like world famous, and they're not setup isn't too complicated.
No. But you can, you know what though? They can come up with. You probably just have to get your house certified.
Yeah, I think that's
But
harder
that-
than you would think, though.
I'm sure,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
it's
could also
probably
find
crazy.
a little spot.
I
Like
think
that
you gotta
one
do it
across the
offsite.
street they just threw. I mean, you could put a stove in anywhere. I mean, I've been trying to look into a deli for a while when I didn't even have this going and was like working a couple jobs.
What
and-
about like the Horns when they were open? They had BYOB. You
Yeah.
could pay. And they had really good food, and they had people make stuff from other places, and they sold it there. So I mean,
It all depends. I mean, I'm sure there's loopholes
what's
in
that place
anything.
now? What's that place now? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I want to, we're filling out the loan small business shit or whatever we're doing for our thing. For
I'm
the
excited the
finishers.
guys upstairs are doing construction.
Oh, nice. And then, but then, bro, we're going to. I think we should look into after we get all this settled and we come out of this and things. Maybe Pennsylvania gets their head out of their ass and they allow us to eventually go back to work, and it's not like 8 months from now. I think we should be looking into getting a business loan. Because I think business loans are going to be insanely cheap.
Yeah.
And then who's opening up I think that's when a lot of businesses, a lot of them will close during this because they weren't
Absolutely.
prepared. But I think a lot will open eventually too. You know what I mean? I think new ones will open because people are going to, that were smart during this, that still worked or whatever, might have money. And, I know a lot of people that are making more money now during the coronavirus than they were when they were out.
Absolutely.
When they were working.
And there's people that are learning that they can do all this shit from their house too.
Yeah. So then they might have, I'm thinking like they might have like pull to their employer, be like, hey man, why do I even have to come in? I could just do the shit from home, like Ross.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he has to go check on the mainframes and shit every now and then, or he has to go check on the matrix that RCN's running.
I know. I
But-
love his pictures all the time, and the fact that he knows what's going on with all that blows my
crazy,
mind.
Yeah, but that's
blows
what I'm
my
saying.
mind.
He could just stay. He has his own shit. He could just stay home and
Yeah.
do all his own stuff. That's cool. But I think eventually you don't want to be home all the time. You want to get out and do shit.
No, being restricted down here. I mean, I get out and I try and like today is awesome out. I'm gonna try and be outside
Yeah,
for like
yeah.
4 hours. Like I just want to be outside.
Yeah. What pissed me off? Like I just keep thinking that I was sitting on the back porch yesterday, and I was like, oh, you know what? I was like, I'll rent a cabin, take my wife and the dogs. We'll go up to a cabin for a couple days and just bounce. But you can't do that because Pennsylvania shut down
Yeah.
Airbnbs now.
Because the Poconos, they had a bunch of there was problems. I guess then they supposedly had cases up there.
Yeah.
But it's all hearsay. It's all hey.
Well,
this
people
is-
from New York
You're
probably
not supposed
came
to wear
down,
masks. You
but
are
it's like,
supposed to wear masks. No, you're not. Yes, you are. Is that a
would've-
law? This is a law. And
Blue
then
lives matter, dude.
I would have
Yeah.
lied to. I would have lied. I would have loved to go to a cabin. Like they were super cheap, like hot tub, pool table.
I think they're still going to be. I think as soon as this settles down,
It's gonna go right back up. Man.
They're gonna be like, oh hey, this is still cheap to do this. You could probably get so much dirt cheap in the first 6 months after this.
It's true.
I don't know. I do not know.
They so what's up with the Ferguson fight again? Is he fighting?
They said they're gonna announce it. They might have already, but they said it's. Hawani broke this morning that it's going to be the fight's going to be on the West Coast. That's all they know, and that it's going to be Tony and Gaethje.
West Coast where?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Oh shit.
That's crazy though, right?
I think we hit the
Gaethje
45.
and Ferguson.
What do you think about that fight?
I think
Thoughts, feelings.
that's a tough fight.
We did hit 45,
Gaethje
so we're
is a
good.
beast. So is Tony Ferguson. Khabib's. You can't convince me that Khabib's not scared of Tony Ferguson.
I just
can't
like
convince me that he's not scared of him.
bathhouse pick.
He just flies away to Russia. Like, no, I'm gonna go back to Russia real quick. Yeah, because you don't want to fight.
Why did he go back to it? Wasn't he training for a fight here?
Yes.
Yeah, he went to Russia because he didn't want to fight.
Yeah.
There's
That's what
no.
Connor
That makes no
posted.
other sense.
It was like you were training here.
Yeah.
And then you went home.
You
I
didn't
don't
wanna
know.
fight.
I think Ferguson's gonna fuck Gaethje up, and then it's gonna make the fight even bigger. And then when this shit's over, I don't think Gaethje stands a chance really. I think Ferguson's. He's just crazy right now. I think he's going to come
You
in.
don't
and
think Gaethje stands a chance?
I don't like Gaethje, so I just don't like Gaethje.
Dude,
I think he stands a chance. I just think
I like Gaethje because you know what he does. He puts you up against the fence and beats the fuck out of you.
When's the last time
that.
Tony was knocked out?
Never, but he's been dropped a lot.
Yeah.
He's been dropped a lot.
Oh, that's true,
but
too.
If Gaethje backs you up and starts leg kicking you and punch you in the face real hard, that works.
I always say that when I'm I'm leaning toward I want to see Gaethje get his fucking ass kicked.
Well, he's gonna get cut.
Who did he fight?
I won't ever give the honest. I'm like, no, I'll get fucked up.
Who did he fight at when we went to go see him? He was the main event, right? Who was that?
That's right. You guys went down
Cerrone,
there.
I think.
No,
it wasn't Cerrone. It was maybe Barboza. I know
Did
it was
he beat Barboza, right? Isn't that crazy how Barboza is like a crazy Muay Thai guy and he just fucking gets in his face and just pounds the shit out of him?
Guys just like, dude, guys just like fucking going, though. You know, I don't like, people are so worried about like winning and losing with fights, but really, like, a lot of guys lose most of their fights.
Yeah.
Most guys lose most of their fights. Like, as long as you're like exciting and people like watching you fight, that's the ticket. That's the ticket. Like, you might win a fight just being like strategic, but like no one cares when you fight, but I don't know, like Barbosa's lost tons of fights, but you're gonna watch him when he's on. He's a savage.
No, I love
what I mean?
watching Barboza.
Yeah.
I always forget about him, and then there's a Barboza fight, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, he takes some beatings too, man.
Oh
That guy's
my
a fucking
God, yeah.
beast. But he hands out some crazy shit. We were watching it on the Facebook where he just spin kicked Terry Adam in the face. That was crazy.
Yeah, that's like a retirement moment right there. Like when you get retired.
That's why, you know what I mean? Praise Allah or whatever. I never got like murderously KO'd while fighting,
Highlight
and I
reel
never
shit.
got like, crazily highlighted in jiu-jitsu either. I've lost tons of jiu-jitsu matches, but I never got like highlight reeled. Like totally where it was like someone invented a move on me or some crazy shit. And I'm like, all right, thank you. The people could put up videos out, tons of me losing matches, but you're not going to put up a match where you just like completely scraped me in some weird, you know what I mean? Like, there was so many matches where I seen guys like talk major shit and then go in there and then literally a guy invents a move on him and it's highlighted everywhere. And I'm just like, yikes, dude, that would have pissed me off.
Like the Pettis kick that's still being shown.
The one against Ben Henderson?
Yeah.
But nobody cares that's Ben Henderson.
I'm just saying, like that kick.
I never liked
that's-
Benson Henderson.
Yeah.
No, he sucked. And
But that
weird
did,
shit with a toothpick in his mouth.
I don't
Knock
like
it
that.
off.
But
And then
weirdo.
he would toe kick everybody. Like he'd kick everyone with his toes. It's
He
like
stunk.
remember
stunk
the
in Bellator
the
as
Raider
well.
routine? That's what always brings that up.
Yeah.
The Raider routine because it was like a new.
someone just posted that.
Yeah.
I think Al just posted that Raider.
Did he?
Yeah.
Dude just behind him in some weird. It's like not Arn
Someone's got the
Anderson,
back control, but their head is, you got their arm wrapped in front of their face. So it's like, like a rear naked choke.
Yeah.
It's a guillotine, but you're on their back, and it's fucking awful.
Yeah, and
If you let someone get you like that, you're fucked. Like you shouldn't ever let. We see dumb shit all the time. We see guys, because sometimes me and Zach are black belts in jiu-jitsu, so we'll watch a UFC fight, and it might be a guy that's really good at like boxing or kickboxing, but they might be like a blue purple belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And they'll get on the back, and there'll be two guys the guy's on his back, and they're punching each other, and you're like, finish the choke.
Yeah.
Like you're like, finish.
It's got to
it.
be frustrating.
But
to
they don't know
watch.
how to finish it.
Yeah.
People think, like, even my beginners, like, people think that, oh, I know how to put my arm around the neck and lace it, and I thought that too, you know. And it wasn't until I started training with Eddie where I'm like, oh, like, if I actually have to squeeze this over and over, it's like throwing a jab. Like, you have to have if you want to jab, you got to throw that fucking jab. You know. Same thing with your rear naked choke. Same thing with every choke. So like, there's that rear naked choke. There's that Darce squeeze. There's the guillotine squeeze. You know, there's all these different.
Arm
My
triangle.
favorite guillotine is that John Jones one, where he caught
Yeah.
Lyoto Machida like up against.
That
the
was
fence.
nasty.
I
And
can't
they just
never
let
do
him
that one.
drop.
That was the coolest fucking.
He just
finish.
let him drop.
He just fucking
Yeah.
dropped him.
He was smoking. I mean, he still is, but he was smoking. Like all of my favorite fighters growing up, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
He just came in and murked them all.
I saw a fucking stupid ass post by BJJ World TV. That's another one. I like those guys, but they put some stupid shit up sometimes.
What do you put
where
up?
Nicky Rod's fighting John Jones. I'm like, and they're both in gis, like they're gonna make it it's like, shut the fuck up. It's like John Jones would rape Nicky Rod in his booty hole. You know what I mean?
would. Yeah.
Like, to even put those two on the same Instagram post, it's disgusting. It's rude.
They're just looking for shit to post up.
Yeah, I did it. They copied me. They saw me do it to Dillashaw. I keep trying to fight TJ Dillashaw. If
Finishers.
if it was straight jiu-jitsu, I think I'd get him. If it was straight, you know what I mean? TJ's like, you know, he's one of the best to ever do MMA, but he's also on EPO.
It would have to be also.
was on
It would have
EPO.
to also
he made
be
a
no
comment
time
again the
limit.
other day.
Huh?
I saw
No time limit.
Yeah,
No
no
time
time
limit?
limit combat jiu-jitsu match. I'd beat TJ Dillashaw 100%. It'd be fun.
What do you think happens now if Gaethje and Tony, if this fight happens and say Tony loses, does that fucking ruin the entire
Well, it ruins the Khabib fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what Khabib wants, though.
Yeah.
See what Khabib's
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
It's very, oh, no, I want to fight. I just
Yeah.
flew to Russia. But he's just going to keep playing this game until he doesn't have to fight
Fuck
Tony
him.
anymore.
If it was Conor, everybody would be like, fucking Conor sucks. He's afraid of the ground.
Well, right. He'll fight Conor because Conor is the matchup. You understand?
But he's talking about Conor more than he is Tony.
Right, because Conor's
Yeah.
the matchup. He's going to talk that shit because if
already
he
felt
fights
them,
Conor,
yeah.
he's gonna grapple him. Conor's not.
Yeah, because
the
now he's
grappler.
starting to
Tony-
say shit in his posts about
Tony
him and
Ferguson
stuff.
wears Jean-Jacques Machado's black belt. That like Eddie does not like when Eddie Bravo got his black belt from Jean-Jacques Machado. Jean-Jacques Machado took that belt off his waist and gave it to Eddie, and Eddie gave that belt to Tony. You know what I mean? So Tony's jiu-jitsu. I mean, he won the UFC championship with a triangle. You know what I mean? He triangled Kevin Lee.
And he didn't lose.
Never lost, Never lost his title.
Because that's what he was saying. He's like, fuck it, strip Khabib now.
But Tony's a little crazy. Tony's not the most, like,
No, he's
Fluid
definitely
speaking
crazy.
dude,
What's
so-
with the
Yeah.
baseball?
people don't really, like... People
Three
like
strikes
I thought,
and you're out or something.
I thought Khabib
I
was
see
gonna
what you're
kill
saying.
Tony. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, who is Khabib fighting that makes you think that he would light Tony's day up?
No,
like
I
don't,
tell everybody I think that's Khabib's first loss.
Khabib
Tony.
is some monster because DC and Joe Rogan go on these fucking stroke jobs about how Dagestan, like, and Brian Callen, they listen to like those guys like that
hate
instead of guys that
Dagestan.
actually do martial arts for a living telling you Tony
Yeah.
Ferguson would fuck him up. Like the people I know, like that I fuck, like when I go to like, I'll go to Arseny, like or I'll go to my other martial arts friends. Like I got these black belt friends that I go train with sometimes or whatever. They'll be like, dude, I love Tony Ferguson. That guy would fuck people. You know what I mean? All like real martial artists. How can you not like Tony Ferguson? It makes zero sense. I don't know. Like I like the wrestling crowd pushes the wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, Khabib's the best because he wrestles. Like no one gives a fuck about
Well,
wrestling.
they have to though. They have to. You know what I mean? But I think guys who are real martial artists are looking for a guy like Tony Ferguson to come out of the place. He can grapple. He strikes from different angles. He does crazy shit. He takes chances, and that's a style of fighter I've always liked. I never liked the one guy that was only doing one thing.
Yeah.
I always wish that guy got fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I'd get mad, I used to legit get mad when a dude would be only a striker and got taken down, didn't know what he was doing. I'd be like, what the? I still get mad. I'm like, what? Dude, you know what I mean? Or like when the guy can only grapple and he has no stand up, that pisses me off too. Like that would just make me mad as like a, martial arts guy. I'd be like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
I
Like I
fucking
get
hate
it if you
Khabib.
have one thing. Like, yeah, I just never liked the guy. Like, I get Khabib, he's a beast, you know what I mean? But I just never liked that style.
Oh, Khabib's awesome,
You know
but
what I
I'm saying like if you look at like he's 28-0. I'm like you can't really name a ton of opponents. I'm not saying he fought cans. I'm just saying Tony probably fought tougher guys.
It's going to be.
Absolutely.
I think Tony wins that fight, but I mean, obviously, then it's also kind of weird because it's not like it's still going to be a fight when it happens. And I think Tony's the type of guy that could turn this off, but it's going to be weird with no fans and it's just you and it's like,
Yeah, the fight deserves.
you know what I mean? It's like a weird.
That's what somebody else was saying too. They were like, "Screw it, wait and fill the fucking stadium out."
Right, but
and
now
do that.
if Gaethje gets Tony can
Then
get
what do they
stopped.
do with Gaethje? Does Gaethje get to fight Khabib, or are they going to do Conor and Gaethje, or like what the fuck?
Yeah, especially if they get into a trading war, anyone can get knocked out. I've also heard stories about Tony Ferguson getting, KO'd in training.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I mean?
Gaethje's looked a lot fucking cleaner. Like this, he looked real good in the Cerrone fight. Like he's not really that wild anymore.
Cerrone is like
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I think
You
it's
could
going
say
to be
before the Cerrone fight.
I think
he
that
started
one could be
looking-
No,
anybody.
Gaethje's a beast.
I think that
Yeah.
that one could be
I
anybody.
just hate him because he reminds me of somebody from high
like
school.
the difference.
That's the only reason.
He really is.
He does look like a guy that I kind of want to just.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That head of his and
He's the
shit.
asshole in
I
the
like
gym
him.
class throwing.
Who is he?
kickballs at
Who is he
people's
lost to? Who's
Eddie
it?
Alvarez?
Barbosa, Eddie Alvarez. beat him
Yeah,
up.
and the Eddie
but
Alvarez
that's-
was it
but
came
that's
down to
exactly,
shot for shot.
Eddie Alvarez is Eddie Alvarez. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
he's
you're gonna
crazy.
play that game, Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah.
He
Remember
likes
that
that
was a
shit.
sick fight.
Yeah, remember when Eddie Alvarez I only train. They're like, this is a 5-round fight. Have you prepared differently? He's like, I always prepare for a 1-2 round fight. That's
Yeah.
what I prepare for. If it goes longer than that,
Yeah,
gonna see what happens.
You're just gonna finish it, or you're gonna get finished. Going for it, whatever.
Yeah.
dude. You
That
know
guy's
what?
paid. The
yeah.
guy won the title, right? The guy's a 155-pound champ.
Yeah,
Eddie
yeah.
Alvarez.
Dude, I love Eddie Alvarez. I've always had love for him. I've seen him and Ring of Combat like 3. He fought on. He was like the main event versus somebody. I remember it was like he fought somebody from Jersey, like Pitt's Pen or whatever, and they had their whole crew. And then Eddie Alvarez's fight was trained out of Fight Factory, and like they had buses. Like yellow school buses, like 4 of them show up with Eddie Alvarez fans with kegs on the school buses at the Ring of Combat at Bayonne fucking high school, dude. It was crazy. Or maybe that was at Bayonne, that was somewhere else. But Mike Murray
Underground
fought on
King.
that card. It was sick, dude. He was always that type of guy, like on the come up. And then he didn't go to UFC right away, which pissed me off. But he had some awesome fights in Pride, but it wasn't called Pride. It was called Dream. Yeah, Dream. Go back and watch Dream fight with
Bellator, Dream.
Bellator.
But the
Underground
Dream,
King.
the Dream fights were so sick because it was in a ring and there was so much grappling. Like, sure, he was striking. He dropped Joe Chim Hansen. He'd get dropped. Fucking Joe Chim Hansen's going for heel hooks on him. He's like almost getting his leg bent off. He gets out of it, fucks him up. Didn't he get heel hooked by what's his name too? Aoki.
Yeah.
He might have got heel hooked by Aoki too. Go back and I'll try to put those on our little watch party thing. But go back and watch some of those Dream fights. It sucks because you can't really put those fights up because you'll get taken down from. I would love to put those up, but you'll just get flagged from Instagram and shit, which is whack. So
Dream is like Pride.
yeah. I like fighting. I like fighting in a ring. I think that's way cooler than fighting in a cage. You know what I mean? But cage is cool too. So I'm pumped to get back to the school, man. That's shout out Finishers fam. Can't wait to see JM pumping the all his informational fluids into the MMA guys. That's gonna be awesome.
Yikes.
You know what I mean? That's gonna be sick,
Sounded
dude.
sexual,
Liquid, bro.
dude.
You're liquid.
What are you talking about? Mind out of the gutter. That's gonna be awesome, and yeah, I'm just pumped, man. Just filming videos, sending them out, fucking selling shit. I don't know. YouTube show, this show.
I had so many solid guests. A lot of the new breweries that are opening up and stuff, and that's just I gotta wait.
What we need to do
Gotta wait.
when regular things come back, we need to do. We should do a freaking like a beer. We should do like a thing where we just taste beers or something. We should do like a food
Yeah,
thing.
it's Monday morning, so otherwise, normally I would drink on a podcast, but it's Monday morning. So.
No, not for that. I mean, as a separate thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, for the YouTube, we start doing like how Action Bronson goes out and does shit. We'll just go to breweries and get hammered and film it.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
I
whatever,
talked
you know what I
to the brewer, like Seven Sirens is coming on, McCall Brewery's coming on, and then I had a cafe coming on. But like all those people, I said to them, I'm like, hey, I want to do like a lot of video, and they were like, how much
Yeah,
you charging us? And I'm like, it's free. It's content for what I'm doing, and you get plugged.
I think it's the
us
next thing.
food.
I think it's the next thing for me and JM, like, doing the whole martial arts thing. We'll probably open up some more schools. But I think the next thing for us is start doing YouTube shows like Joe Exotic and doing random shit like
that
how
news
Action
thing would be
Bronson
so
does
good.
online. Like, I think YouTube's big. I think JM, we could run for mayor or some shit locally and start getting on the
should.
board. You know, why shouldn't we do that? Why aren't we? I don't understand.
I don't
like,
do it because
might
it's
as
just
well.
a weekly headache.
No, not that. But I'm talking about like not just that. That's down the road. I'm talking about like just filming more random.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of times
No.
when we do random stupid shit, that gets more likes than like when he answers the belt. When he answers the EBI belt as a phone, and it's like, yeah, what do you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
need?
yeah.
That shit gets more likes on my shit
Absolutely.
than it does when I have Thor
It's
pick
fun.
me up and throw me over the wall. Or if I did like a WWF Perfect Plex, remember the old Mr. Perfect Plex, where you grab the leg? I did that. My most video that anyone's ever viewed on my Instagram is not me tapping a guy out, winning the finishers. It's not, me doing anything cool. It's me doing a Perfect Plex on Grace. Like I have her in the Perfect Plex and I drop her back on the big mat that we had. That's one of the number one things. And then one of the pictures that got in my top whatever the fuck that I didn't even post from last year was me answering the mouse at the new Allentown thing like this. And it's like, it says, you can call me what you want, but don't call me for shit. That's one of my best things. So like people like more when we do dumb shit than they do when we even do moves. But that's trade-off though. The moves and shit got to be good, or I wouldn't respect myself for doing dumb shit. Because a lot of guys out there doing dumb shit, the moves ain't good. You know what I mean?
I'll put time and effort into like cutting up promos, and then I'll post the cheeseburger, and it's just.
Yeah, they like it.
Fuck.
So that's what we're going to look out for shit. I'm the new fucking Guy Fieri. You know what I mean? Guy Fieri. I'll start going to places and just getting free meals just you know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
got the
like
sunglasses?
Yeah, we'll just roll in and just be like, "Hey, listen, we can either help you or we can hurt you.
Oh my god.
You choose."
That's how it goes. That's how it goes when you're in the mob, dude.
Yeah. You can get in, but you
I
can't
strong
get
arm
out.
all these people,
Yeah.
dude.
Exactly. You know what I mean? We'll just have Big Tony, who looks like a big Russian guy, and just have him show up over there once a week and collect a check. You know what I mean? That's how we're going to have to do it in these times.
You probably would have sold more fake news T-shirts if you didn't have a guy looking like Tony in the T-shirt. What the fuck is that guy?
That was the stock thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, we sold a
change
couple
that.
of those. Yeah, go on Shop Finishers. You can get the fake news T-shirt, and we're gonna post up some more stuff. So appreciate everybody. But yeah, man, the mob, bro. What you got?
NeverAgainStudio.com. All the YouTube, the links to all the YouTube's there, link to all the audio's there, all the clothing's there. Everything I do is on NeverAgainStudio.com, so you can check that shit out there.
Nice. JM Holland.
Yep.
Check them out. Private lessons.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Nope.
Stuff like that.
Send them coffee.
Yeah, send them free stuff. And
I'm not selling shit.
yeah. But thank you guys for listening, and we're gonna keep this shit going. So put your Jason masks on, and listen to
stay safe out there,
listen to
kids.
what
We should sell,
listen to what CNN
We should
tells
sell
you.
socks or something.
Yeah, we should sell everything, dude.
I wanted to get in the pickle game, but you guys are stalling me. All right. Let's get out of
Yeah,
here.
we'll get into the donut, the pickle
Charlie's
game,
in the pickle game now.
everything. Yeah, just check out D's Pickles,
He's
Shop
coming on the
Finishers.
podcast.
Charlie Livingston's been on the podcast?
No,
No, he's
coming
gonna
on.
be. Yeah.
I hit him up. I saw everybody. Are you upset? Were you trying to get a pickle
Yeah,
thing
I was
going?
trying to get a pickle thing going, and now he's doing the pickle thing. You know what I mean? It's just like everyone's doing a thing now.
Where's he at, though? Jersey?
I'm just going to wait forever until no one does what I'm going to... You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
just wait forever and ever, and I'll
Yeah.
never start anything.
Just keep your hustle game up, bruh. All right. Thank you guys for listening once again. The Now We Go podcast episode. I have no idea what this is, but
4, isn't it? 4 or 5.
yeah, 4 or 5. All right. Love you guys. Ball sack.
Ass crack.
I